You don't have to. Hello and welcome back to Hot Shot Podcast. This is Brad and I'm here with
Ryan.
Chase.
Nate.
And the bombs just dropped on Hiroshima.
and today we are doing our Tennessee recap for Austin Peay in Virginia.
Well, the Virginia game was a couple weeks ago, so
It was last week.
yeah, it's not as relevant. They played pretty solid against Virginia. I mean, they looked good. They ran the ball well. Joe Milton passed the ball well, but
Very slow start.
it was a slow start. But I think the hotter topic will be the Austin Peay game.
Yeah, I guarantee you.
It was a boring game, to be honest with you.
It was a very defensive game, to say the least.
Joe Milton may look bad early, but then he started to look a little better. But even when he looked better, the receivers dropped the ball. So.
Yeah, very, very, very early in the game. Tennessee started out with like about 3 or 4 3-and-outs in a row.
Yeah.
And it was always on like either the second or third down. Joe Milton have a nice ball, receiver drops it. Or Joe Milton like to throw about 20 yards behind them. So that was fun.
On a positive note,
They
Jalen Wright might be the best running back in the SEC.
Oh my
That guy's just,
God.
that guy makes one guy miss every time and then drags the two guys with him for about 4 or 5 more yards.
I know it. Like every time he ran, it felt like he was getting at least 15 plus.
Yeah. He's probably going to go to the NFL after this year already. If he keeps playing like that. But I don't think it's as bad as it looked, honestly. I mean, if you look around college football, Ohio State beat Youngstown State 35-7. That's not exactly a super beatdown. And they're Ohio State, right? So,
And let's look at our SEC friend, Georgia. I mean,
they had slow starts, too.
Yeah. in Alabama, which I'll give to them. They did play Texas today. But
let's not compare Texas to Austin.
Yeah,
Let's get ahead of ourselves.
I know, but like last week, they had a very slow start.
Yeah, they did.
And see, the thing is, it's like Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama. They're all starting out with backup quarterbacks.
Right.
But Georgia ain't their starting quarterback like a freshman. Or
freshman or sophomore.
Yeah, he's freshman or sophomore. Yeah, but see, like we're all three teams are now experiencing new quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I think all of them probably about close to mid-season, maybe before. I think every team's gonna have their rhythm. So I think now it's just kind of like the waiting game to see how it turns out.
Yeah, like I was telling Brian, the whole second half was just bubble screens and running. So
Yeah.
they didn't exactly open up the playbook in the second half. So. And if you don't have to, why would you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was working until in my opinion, BS penalties were called. I don't think it wasn't very good officiating, Joe.
It was not.
They were calling holds and very tic-tac type things. Like the guy wasn't even holding him. He would just push him a little bit and then holding.
And they also called pass interference on a dude that that the ball wasn't even intended for. Now that right there.
And then Kamal Haddon makes a guy fumble, and they say it wasn't a fumble for some reason.
I know. And they called a PI on Kamal Haddon. They called 2. One of them was a PI.
The second one wasn't.
Yeah,
he didn't even touch the guy.
And also the thing is with the PI, it's like if your back is turned and you touch your receiver or something other than that nature, but the ball has to be right on the money.
Yeah.
But see, that one, it was underthrown. Like it hit the dude's foot for
It wasn't
crying out loud.
catchable.
Yeah, they called a PI.
And then Austin Peay does the exact same thing. It's on to us, and they don't call the PI.
Yeah.
So,
And then also, I think Tennessee was punting, and then one of our players literally got jumped by like 3 people. No personal foul was called.
no.
So, literally none.
Then Austin Peay had a couple like illegal blindside blocks in this game. One was like a JBL clothesline from hell.
Yeah.
And they said no targeting. When that was the most targeted.
Yeah.
He
What?
literally close line.
What, in the first quarter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still got the penalty for the block, but
Yeah.
then they reviewed it for targeting. They're like, no, that's clean.
We'll see.
Yeah, I doubt that.
We'll see, that one I didn't mind much for just because either way, it was 15 yards. The only problem,
Yeah.
like, the only thing that depended was, like, if the dude got kicked out or not. That's the only thing. So that one, I was like, hey, as long as we got 15 yards, I was good. So,
It was this annoying team to watch, too, because every time Austin Peay was on offense, they were, like, tight together, and they had to do their little motion thing.
I know.
They were trying to be so gimmicky just to do anything.
And their coach, oh, my gosh.
Their coach is a meth head.
I know. Like, that dude was jumping everywhere.
I'm sorry, this guy called timeouts for no reason whatsoever.
No,
and then he got excited that he called a timeout. Like, he was so proud
And
of
then-
himself. He knew how to call a timeout.
and, like, you see his sign languages. He's like, that's what he did the entire time.
Then I bet he felt stupid because it was a 10-point game in the fourth quarter. He had no timeouts because he called him for no reason.
I know, he called 3 in the third. No joke. Like 3 in the third. And before the second quarter even started, he called 3 in the first.
Yeah.
Like, Austin.
Honestly, Austin Peay. If I was Tennessee, I would never schedule them again because they play dirty. Their coach is a meth head. The only person I'll put any respect towards on Austin Peay is their quarterback. He played his guts out.
I know.
I'll respect him, but everybody else, nah.
Yeah, their quarterback kind of scared me a little bit. Whenever he had that, like, big, like, 30-yard run in the, like, no joke, on, like, 4th and 1,
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, he played pretty good. I'll give him that.
Yeah. And he's probably, like, the only one that had any common sense whatsoever.
On the bright side, I think the defense played good again today. I know in the second quarter, Austin Peay had some big chunk plays, but that's when the backups were already in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty sure the backups played almost the entire second half.
On Tennessee?
Yeah, the backups were in on defense a lot. Like the linebacker, like Aaron Beasley didn't even play like the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah,
So.
see, Aaron Beasley, and what was that? Something Hayden, I forgot his name.
Oh, Kamal Hayden.
Yeah, Kamal Hayden. Him and Aaron Beasley and Kamal Hayden, like, carry that defense with everything.
Yeah, they played well.
Like, Aaron Beasley hit, like, the thing that's so scary about him is, like, the fact he can, like, if you need for zone coverage, boom, you got it. But if you need a blitz, he's going to be in there fast.
Yeah, and I think another thing that's being overlooked right now is our starting center has been out.
Cooper Mays.
And the center is like right there with the quarterback as the person that gets them lined up and calls plays and stuff and audibles and stuff like that. And our backup center, I'm just gonna say he sucks because he looked confused all game. He looked confused in the Virginia game too. So, and I'm pretty sure Cooper Mays is supposed to be back next week, so it should look better on that front. So.
But see, our O-line really didn't give up a lot for that thing. Yeah, Milton got rushed a little bit, but how many sacks did they?
I think they only sacked Milton once.
Yeah, see, I feel like as an O-line, if I was the O-line coach, I'd be pretty happy with that.
And they were opening up holes for the running backs. So
Yeah.
they did good. It's just the center is such a crucial part. Of
Very.
offense, so.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like he was whiffing blocks and stuff. He just looked confused a lot of times.
Yeah. And see, like, I feel like, and also half the penalties they called on the O-line were also just BS penalties.
Yeah.
So I think Tennessee's O-line played phenomenal just about. Like, they played really good, but kind of like what you said, the center needs a lot of work.
Well, I think ultimately, to like sum it up, it's just week 2, so it doesn't really mean anything. I mean, if they go next week and beat Florida, nobody even cares about this game anymore. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's be honest, Florida is not a juggernaut by any means. So I think it's entirely possible next week they look more like the Virginia game. So.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, if they lose next week, then yeah, you can start to panic a little bit about this season, but don't be a moron and already bashing Coach Heupel. I mean, Coach Heupel went 11-2 last year, guys.
I know. He's like what I said. He's literally dealing with a new quarterback.
Yeah.
Like today, I got scared because I saw a lot of 2 years ago whenever they played Pitt.
Yeah.
Whenever they played Pitt, I was like, whenever the backup was going to come in. Because I heard Nico was hurt, but Nico still had pads on and everything. So I was like, Nico might have a chance.
Yeah.
Or Gaston Moore. I want to see that dude play.
Ideally, you would have today, but
I know, ideally.
It's okay. He'll throw 3 bombs in garbage time next week when we're up by 50. So,
Yeah.
what do you think, Brian?
So Austin Peay had 339 total offensive yards.
Total yards. Yeah. Most of that came in the second half against the second team. Though.
True.
Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, quarterback had 260, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Most of that came in the second half.
Yeah,
So,
because he had double digit passing yards
Yeah.
just going into halftime.
the
So-
first drive, they also had a lot of yards because they hit the trick play on us.
Yeah, but see, that wasn't much. That wasn't passing though.
That was our big run.
Yeah, it was just simply a big run by the
They were
quarterback,
doing a lot of reverses and fakes and stuff.
which I totally get because if you want to throw off an offense, that's one way. Trust me, that stuff works all the time. But I was really impressed with Tennessee because that second play of the game.
Yeah.
That same play of the game, whenever they bunched out and the quarterback just threw to the receiver and he launched it, I was like, "That's a touchdown." It
would have been a touchdown.
Yeah,
He overthrew it. Though,
I know.
so.
I was like, that was burnt coverage and everything.
Yeah. I think technically Joe Milton's stat line don't look too bad, does it?
Yeah.
But you got to keep in mind most of these passes were little bubble screens.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, if it worked and Austin Peay ain't gonna change up their defense or anything, I mean, keep on feeding it.
And why would you show Florida anything on tape when you don't have to? So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
but honestly, I feel like we should have won that game easily, 42-10 or 42, whatever they had.
Ideally, you want to get in the 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
On this game, because you scored 49 on Virginia. And Virginia sucks. They lost again today, and let's be honest, they suck. But if Virginia played Austin Peay, Virginia would beat Austin Peay by 30.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but see, I only say in the 40s just for a simple fact we got 2 touchdowns called back because we have more than that called back, but we on the same drive we came back and scored.
Yeah.
But we had 2 that shouldn't have been field goals that were field goals.
Yeah, I think it was just a kind of a fluky game with
Yeah.
bad refs and just drop balls. It made it look worse than it
Mhm.
actually was. So
I just hope High Pool finally gets in there heavy. Dude, we ain't losing Florida this year.
we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Milton was 21 of 33,
Which
228 yards, 2 touchdowns.
which still ain't
Good
bad.
good slant pass to Keaton for a touchdown, and the other one was the tight end.
Oh yeah,
He's fast for a tight end.
I know.
But the problem with him is, I watch football games weird. I look at individual players a lot, and he's got to get better at blocking as a tight end. That's a crucial thing. He whiffed some blocks today, but he's got potential as a receiving tight end because he looked fast for a bigger guy. Given that.
And the thing was, I heard something about him, what college he was from. He transferred, and I was like, what?
Yeah, UC Davis.
Yeah, UC Davis. I was like, is that D2 school?
Or was it D2 school?
Yeah, so,
But that doesn't really mean. Sometimes the good players get lost in the shuffle, and then they go to a little school, and then they're found out. And now, with the transfer portal, they can go anywhere. So
I know.
And sometimes you got to go to a smaller school, too, because of the grades and stuff.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, JUCO and everything.
But I really don't got much more to say. It's boring.
Yeah, it was a defensive stand for sure, for the most part.
Boring. And
And also,
Jalen Wright was the highlight. He probably had over 100
Yeah.
again, right?
Yeah, 13 carries, 118 yards.
Jabari Small probably had close to 100 too, because he ran the ball pretty well.
Our top receiver is Keaton,
you figure
52 yards, 1 touchdown.
I would have liked to see him get Sampson in there a little bit more, though. He
I
had
know.
4 touchdowns against Virginia. You know?
I know. Yeah, I know. This is kind of what I was thinking. I was like, if he's gonna have a really good game against Virginia, it's you think he kind of be in the
He
shuffle.
probably would
again.
have got it in a lot more if we blew him out like we should have, but
Yeah.
Small had 13 carries, 95 yards.
it's so
Yeah.
close to 100.
How did Brew do? Because I knew Brew got fed that ball a lot.
51 yards.
1 yards.
Oh, okay.
Bubble screens mostly though. Again,
And see, but his thing is he's such a physical receiver.
he is.
He reminds me of a little bit of a Mike Evans in the NFL. Once that dude gets the ball, he's running over somebody. He don't care.
Yeah, he's got to catch the ball though.
I know.
I know that ball was a little bit behind him, but
I
you got to
know.
make the catch.
I know. Like you're in the SEC, dude.
Yeah,
like you.
catch.
I know you got to get used to that.
Keaton had the drop in Virginia, but he didn't drop any balls today, really. I give him
He
credit
dropped
for that. But he
one.
fumbled, though.
Yeah,
He
but
fumbled.
I was kind of upset because I was like, hey, I mean, if it wasn't fumble for Austin Peay, shouldn't be fumble for us.
Right.
Was it? Yeah, but does it matter? Probably not.
But, yeah. I don't think there's much more to say about it. Ugly game. I think they'll bounce back fine next week. Whether that means they win or not, I don't know. But
They better.
I think they'll win. It'll probably be closer. I think it'll be one of those games where it's close going into maybe the third or fourth. But I think we should still win by 20. I'm sorry.
For Hypo's sake, it better be by 20.
I mean, I'll take a 1 point win, to be honest with you. I'm good with it. But
Yeah, but right now it's just our rank. Because I already know we're going to get put, I think we'll be under 15. It'll be between 10 and 15 for sure with our rank.
yeah. Well, Texas will pass us because they beat.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Texas will. I think Alabama will go to most likely 5 or 6, just about. I think.
God, I hope Alabama should drop into the teens now. I'm sorry. They got no quarterback. They got no defense.
You know how it is. They always pity Alabama. So let's be honest.
If we played Alabama next week, I would predict us to win that game too. I'm just being honest.
I know it was a bad
Because
game.
I think
Joe
us and
Milroe.
Alabama look about the same. Right?
Yeah, Joe Milroe hasn't done anything impressive besides.
Throw two bad interceptions.
Yeah, he threw 2 bad. He had, I guess, 1 good pass. It was a fumble, and he threw touchdowns. I mean, it was AI.
Might
But,
be like ups and downs.
yeah. But
anyways, I guess I'll do it for the recap for Austin Peay. I hope you guys liked the video. Comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.